Okay, here's some very different ones where I want you to think about and decide how is it that I'm going to draw the rectangles. So let's get the graphs going. Y equal e to the negative x, you know it's here, crosses at 1. Y equal x plus 1, y-intercept of 1 going up, right? X equal 2 would be here. And so be careful, it doesn't say any x or y axis, so this is the area bounded, right? And I want to revolve it around x equal 3. So that's, oops, over here, x equal 3. So that's my center. Okay, so let's think about how we want to draw the rectangles. Do we want to draw them perpendicular to the axis of rotation? If I do, I'd have two different bottom functions, right? The bottom function here, bottom function here. That's not a good choice. So let's draw them parallel to the axis of rotation. Then they all have the same top function. They all have the same bottom function. Okay, so parallel it is. And so if it's parallel, then I know I'm using shells, right? So 2 pi radius height dx, right? Because the thickness of this rectangle is dx. Okay, so radius is from here to here. There's my radius. So from here to here is an x value, right? Here to here is x. So I want to say go all the way out to 3, take away x, and that gives me the radius. The height of my rectangle is here to here. So the top of the rectangle is x plus 1, and the bottom of the rectangle, subtract e to the negative x. Make some room here. E to the negative x. And then where am I building rectangles from and to? From 0 to 2. All right, e to the negative x looks like this. E to the x looks like this. And then x equal 2. So that's going to cross here. Okay, so there's my area bounded. And I'm revolving it about x equal 4. All right, come on. Give me some blue. What's happening? Here it comes. Okay, x equal 4. Okay, so let's think about how I want to draw the rectangles. Do I want to draw them perpendicular? No, because I'd have two different bottom functions, right? If I drew them perpendicular to the axis of rotation. So that's not good. So let's draw the rectangles parallel to the axis of rotation, and you see the shell. All right, so let's do volume is 2 pi radius height, and if it's parallel this way, that means the thickness of the rectangles are dx. Okay, so from here to here is the radius. From here to here is an x value. So my radius will be go all the way out to the distance of 4 and take away x. The height of my rectangle will be here, so that will be go up to the top function, which is e to the x. Subtract off the bottom function, which is e to the negative x. And where am I building these rectangles from and to? From 0 to 2 on the x-axis. Y equal x. Oh, what is this? 2 minus x. Okay, so that's a y-intercept 2 coming down, right? And it looks like, yeah, they would probably okay, and then, oh, and y equals 0. Okay, here, right? Y equals 0. So let's get some context of some numbers here. This is going to be 2, right? And this here would be 2. And this is 1. And so where they would intersect would be 1. Okay, just want to make sure where we're at. Okay, so then we're going to rotate it about y equal negative 1. Ooh, that's down here, right? Y equal negative 1. Okay, so this is center. All right, so let's think about how we want to build these rectangles. If I built them perpendicular to the axis of rotation, I would have two different top functions. I do not want to do that. So I want to draw them parallel to the axis of rotation. so I can see the shell. Okay, so looking at the shell, 2 pi, radius, height, because I can see this is a thickness of dy rectangle, I'm going to put dy there. All right, so radius. So where is that radius? Radius of my shell is from here to here, right? So this distance from here to here, that's y. This distance, well, it's at y equal -1, but when we're making a physical three-dimensional object, this distance is 1, right? So I'm going to have a radius of y plus 1. A little tricky. Now I'm going to find the height of this rectangle. So the height of this rectangle will be start from here, go out to this line, which is the 2 minus x line. So I have to solve this for x equal. So I get x equal 2 minus y, right? X equal 2 minus y. Subtract off the line. And then where on the y-axis am I building the rectangles to and from? So I'm starting here at 0 on the y-axis, and I go to where they intersect, and I think they intersect at 1. Because we can set them equal to each other, y equal x, and I'd have x is equal to 2 minus y. So if I set these equal to each other, 2 minus y, 2y is equal to 2, y is equal to 1. Okay, couple more. Let me do on the next video.